got some breaking news here at the Ohio State Football Report. Brian Hartline is being named the next offensive coordinator for Ryan Day's Ohio State Buckeyes. Welcome in to the Ohio State Football Report. My name is Stone Shields. I am taking over today for Tom Downey. He had to go home sick, but we got some breaking news, so we had to make a video here for you guys. Brian Hartline getting promoted from wide receivers coach / co-offensive coordinator to the offensive coordinator of the Ohio State Buckeyes. I'm really fired up about this, right? Brian Hartline, very clearly the best wide receivers coach in the country, has been for several years. And this is a guy that, of course, played his football at Ohio State, had a brief career in the NFL, has been tremendous with the wide receivers, has been tremendous on the recruiting trail as well. And now with the departure of Chip Kelly, he is finally getting an opportunity to be the OC. And I'm really fired up for Brian Hartline. I think he's going to do a tremendous job. It is a bit of a risk for Ryan Day to make this decision, as Brian Hartline has no experience being a coordinator before, has only been a position coach. Obviously was a co-offensive coordinator, but he is now the main guy. This is the first time he has had a role like this, and of course it is happening at a prestigious university like the Ohio State Buckeyes. So really fired up for Brian Hartline, and I think he's going to do a tremendous job working for Ryan Day. Certainly going to do a tremendous job with the receivers. Up to Ryan Day to make things as easy as possible for Brian Hartline and make this transition as seamless as possible, because of course Chip Kelly is leaving, Jim Knowles is leaving, Justin Fry, the offensive line coach, is leaving. Lots of turnover, and I think it was really important for Ryan Day to make a decision where he was able to keep some continuity with his football team, and he's able to do that here with Brian Hartline, promoting from within and opting not to go outside and bringing in a new OC. Make sure you guys hit that sub button if you have not done so already. When Ohio State breaking news, we've got you covered here at the when Ohio State breaking news happens, we've got you covered here at the Ohio State Football Report. Again, usually going to be Tom Downey talking to you guys, but I had to step up today. Stone Shields on hand here at the Ohio State Football Report. Regardless, hit that sub button, youtube.com/GoBucks. Hartline's entire coaching career has been here at Ohio State. Was an offensive quality control assistant in 2017. Quickly was promoted to the wide receiver coach position and has been holding that down since 2018. And like I said, has really done a tremendous job doing that. Got his co-offensive coordinator work in there in 23 as well as 2024 as well. And I think it's going to be interesting to see if Brian Hartline is going to be calling the plays. I would imagine he is. I don't think at this point we don't have an official word that he is, but I think it is a safe bet to assume that Brian Hartline is indeed going to be calling the plays. Ryan Day, he kind of took over more of a CEO role with the team this past season, and it clearly worked out as you were able to win a national title. I don't think the strength of Ryan Day is calling plays. I think you saw it this past year as the team was able to get better despite the 2 losses to Michigan and Oregon during the regular season. But I would be surprised if Ryan Day would take back the play calling. I am convinced that Brian Hartline is going to be calling the shots for Ohio State next season. Again, calculated risk. Guy hasn't done this before, but I think he is cut out for the job. Leads us to the pinned comment of today's video. Grade the Brian Hartline hire for me in the comments section, A, B, C, D, or F. I want to know what you guys think. I think it's an A. I think you had a lot of turnover there, as I mentioned, throughout your coaching staff. It's what happens when you win national titles, right? You saw it all the time at Alabama. You win, guys get promoted. They go other places, have other opportunities. Lots of turnover happens. I think it was important to get a guy from within and just promote him up, and that's exactly what Ryan Day did, and nobody better than Brian Hartline. But let me know in the comments what you guys think, A, B, C, D, or F. Again, if the ad comes here on YouTube, totally fine. Take advantage of it. Get down in the comments. Let us know what you think. Was really impressed with what Ohio State was able to do offensively this past season, but not really during the regular season, but during the college football playoff. I think really that's how Chip Kelly was able to get a job in the NFL as an offensive coordinator, highest paid offensive coordinator with the Las Vegas Raiders at $6 million per season. Keep in mind, if there wasn't expansion, this Ohio State football team would not have gotten into the college football playoffs, and Chip Kelly most certainly would be back, because I don't think you really did much crazy stuff that blew you away from an offensive perspective during the year. But boy, did that change during the playoffs. He was insane during that Rose Bowl game against Oregon, even the game before at home against Tennessee. Tremendous stuff from Chip Kelly offensively, and really had his moments in the national title game, of course, as well against Notre Dame. So it'll be interesting to see what Brian Hartline can do. We got some guys obviously coming back, but a lot of guys leaving as well. Several young receivers going to need to step up. Obviously, Jeremiah Smith going to be back, your best player on offense. And it looks like Julian Sayin is probably going to be your quarterback here in 2025. So Brian Hartline certainly has worked with Sayin as a freshman, and hopefully they can continue that relationship, and Brian Hartline can call up some good plays for his young quarterback. We'll continue with our instant reaction to this Ohio State breaking news here in a moment. But first, want to give a shout-out to our friends over at Game Time, as today's show is presented by Game Time. Look, Game Time's got a new feature. It's called Game Time Picks. Makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of different tickets. A couple of my favorite features on Game Time. The all-in pricing. Toggling this feature up front allows you to see your total up front so you don't get hit with any of those surprise fees at checkout like some of those other ticketing companies can get you with. Also, the event cancellation protection. If you're going to a concert, artist cancels on you, it's totally fine. Game Time will get you your money back. They're not going to hose you in that regard. Plenty of good stuff to check out in Columbus with Game Time. A couple of hockey games you might want to check out, perhaps a basketball game as well. Really encourage you guys to get over to Game Time and use that ticketing service. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. But again, create an account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices, all guaranteed. Like I mentioned at the top of the show, Hartline has been an incredible recruiter for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Take a look at some of these All-Americans that he has coached. I mean, my goodness. Marvin Harrison Jr., Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. There's several more. He was with Jameson Williams, of course, who transferred to Alabama. So many incredible wide receivers have come through Ohio State and more specifically have been recruited and have played for Brian Hartline. So now you're just kind of banking on him, being able to take that next step, right, from a position coach to a coordinator, and clearly Ryan Day's got a lot of trust in Brian Hartline. This is a guy that's a real cerebral guy, smart guy. If you remember back when he played for the Ohio State Buckeyes, wasn't the most athletic guy out on the field, but he knew how to find the soft spots in the zone, was always in the right spot, and was a really tough guy as well out there despite, being a smaller wide receiver. So I expect that to kind of be what he brings to this Ohio State offense. I think you're going to see their toughness level go up. Obviously, teams in the past have criticized Ohio State for being soft or what have you. I don't think that necessarily is true. Certainly was not in the college football playoff, particularly on defense when they were just blasting through everybody. But I think this Ohio State offense is going to be really, really tough. And I think they're going to play really, really hard for Brian Hartline. You hear the players talk great things about Brian Hartline. I think it's important for the players not necessarily to make the decision, obviously, who the new coordinator is. But I can promise you, everybody in that Ohio State locker room is fired up that Ryan Day opted to go with Brian Hartline. Last chance for you guys to get involved with our show here at the Ohio State Football Report. What is your confidence level in Brian Hartline? Scale it for us, 1 on the low end, 10 on the high end. Again, Ryan Day going with Brian Hartline as his new offensive coordinator for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Really should be excited about this. I am fired up 100%. Again, needed to promote from within. So much turnover here after winning the national title. I wanted to see him, just take a guy that was already on his staff and bring him up and give him the opportunity to be the offensive coordinator. That is exactly what he did with Brian Hartline. I'm fired up about it, and you guys should be as well.